My phone vibrated. One bank alert. $2 million had just disappeared from my account. For a second, I thought I was reading it wrong, until I looked up and saw my husband sliding his phone into his pocket. Around us, my sister's engagement looked perfect. Everyone was smiling, the music was soft, glasses were raised, and no one noticed the way my hands suddenly stopped moving. I didn't think. I looked straight at him and said, "You used my account again?" The room went silent. But instead of answering me, he looked at my sister. No one moved. For 3 full seconds, the entire hall stayed silent. Even the music suddenly felt too loud. My husband looked at me, but didn't answer. Then the main door opened. My brother walked in late, wearing the same calm face he always used when something was wrong. And for some reason, my sister looked at him before she looked at me. That was the first thing that felt wrong. I checked my phone again. $2 million. Gone. Not pending. Completed. And the transaction city was local. That made no sense, because my husband had been with me all evening. Then why was he silent? Why did he still look nervous? Before I could ask again, my mother stepped closer and smiled too quickly. "Not now," she whispered. "Not now? $2 million disappeared from my account, and this was not the time?" That was the second thing that felt wrong. My husband finally took one step toward me, but before he spoke, my sister cut in. "Maybe it's just a bank delay." Too fast. Too ready. Too practiced. I looked at her hand, still gripping the table, hard. That was when my brother suddenly asked, "Which account?" And I don't know why, but the moment he asked that, my husband stopped breathing for a second. So I opened the full transaction details. Different login device, different fingerprint approval, but same family address. And suddenly, my own heartbeat became louder than the entire room. The sister did not answer immediately.
Message.
For one dangerous second, her lips stayed slightly open, but no sound came. That silence itself became an answer. I noticed something in her face first. Not fear, recognition, as if she had heard that account before. My brother stepped closer. "Which account?" he asked again, lower this time. His calm voice felt heavier than anger. My husband looked directly at my sister, waiting. She tried to recover.
About this?
"You're making this bigger than it is," but her voice cracked. My mother heard it too. Her eyes moved from one face to another, then stopped near me. I was still holding the phone tightly, but lowered it slightly. At that moment, it no longer felt like one mistake. It felt planned. Even the guests had gone silent. Then my father spoke. "Say the account number." The pressure changed instantly. My sister looked at him. That look lasted too long. Long enough for me to understand. He already knew something. My husband reached for the phone, but I stepped back first. A very small movement, yet everyone noticed. For the first time that night, I did not trust his hand. He stopped and lowered it slowly. Then I opened the banking screen myself. The account number stayed visible. My brother leaned closer. My father too. And the moment the last digits became clear, my sister whispered, "No," very softly. But I heard it. My brother heard it too. "You know this account,"
Why are you doing
he said.
this?
She shook her head too quickly. "No, I don't." That denial came too early. My mother took one stunned breath. Then I noticed something else. My husband was no longer watching my sister. He was watching my father, and my father had gone pale. That was the first real fear I saw in him. Then suddenly a phone began vibrating near the gift table. No one moved first. It was my sister's phone. My brother picked it up before she could reach it. One new message. No name. Only words. "Delete everything now." He turned the screen outward. Everyone saw it. My sister moved fast. "Give me that." Too late. My father stepped forward. "Who sent this?" She looked trapped, then pointed directly at my husband. "Ask him." I turned instantly. He stared back. "I didn't send anything." Before anyone spoke again, the phone vibrated a second time. Another message, this time with an image. I grabbed the phone, looked. My breath stopped. It was a photo taken inside the same hall. Seconds ago, someone was here, watching us. I lifted my eyes toward the guests, and near the far floral wall, one man in a black suit turned away too fast. My husband saw him too, and ran. The husband pushed through the side corridor without slowing down. The bright engagement hall disappeared behind him, replaced by a quieter, narrow passage lined with soft golden wall lights and floral decorations stacked near the service exit. Ahead of him, the man in the black suit moved fast without looking back, almost too confidently, as if he already knew the way out. "Halt!" my husband called, but the man did not stop. Instead, he moved even faster. Back inside the hall, I remained where I was, but my attention had shifted completely. My sister had changed. A moment ago, she had been trying to defend herself. Now she was reaching for her handbag, slowly, carefully, trying not to draw attention. That movement was small, but I noticed it instantly. So did my brother. Before she could move again, his hand reached out and lightly caught her wrist. Not aggressively, just enough to stop her. "Where are you going?" She looked at him, and for the first time all evening, her face showed real panic. "I need air." But nobody believed that answer. Not now. Near them, my mother turned toward my father. His face had become harder to read. He was not watching us. He was watching the corridor, again and again. My mother lowered her voice. "What are you afraid of?" He did not answer. That silence disturbed her more than anything spoken tonight. In the corridor, my husband finally closed the distance. His hand reached forward and caught the black suit man by the shoulder. The stranger turned sharply. For half a second, their eyes met. Then the man twisted free with surprising force. Something slipped from his hand. A sealed envelope. It fell to the floor. Before my husband could grab him again, the stranger pushed through the side exit door and vanished outside. My husband stopped. Breathing hard, he looked at the envelope, did not touch it immediately. For one strange second, even he looked uncertain, as if whatever was inside could make tonight worse. Inside the hall, I had already seen him through the open side view, envelope in his hand. My father saw it too, and suddenly his voice rose louder than before. "Bring that here." Everyone turned. The tone was wrong, too sharp, too urgent. My husband walked back slowly into the hall. The envelope remained unopened in his hand. The guests near the stage had now fully stopped pretending this was still an engagement party. No one moved, no one smiled. Even the music above us felt misplaced now. As he came closer, my brother stepped forward first and took the envelope from him. My father moved instantly. "Don't open it here." That made me step in. "No, it opens now." The room froze again. My brother looked at me for 1 second, then opened the seal. Inside were printed transfer papers, several pages, the first amount visible on top. $2 million. My mother covered her mouth. A whisper spread through the guests. I took the top sheet. My eyes moved quickly, then stopped. One signature. My husband's name. My breathing changed immediately. I looked at him. He said nothing. But before anyone could speak, another page slipped halfway out beneath it. Only I noticed first. A second signature, half hidden. I pulled the paper slightly more, read the name, and everything inside me stopped, because it was not my husband again. It was my brother. He saw my face change. Just slightly. Enough to know I had seen it. Before anyone else could look closer, the hall lights flickered once. Then twice, and from somewhere near the entrance, a glass shattered. The sound made everyone turn. But I did not, because now the paper in my hand felt heavier than fear. It felt like the family standing around me had been lying long before tonight began. I did not react immediately. For 1 second, I simply kept my eyes on the lower edge of the second paper. My brother's signature was still there, half hidden, half visible. Enough to change everything, but not enough for anyone else to notice. Across from me, my brother had already seen my face change. Only slightly. A small pause in breathing, a tightening near my eyes. That was enough for him to understand. I had seen something. I lifted the papers slowly, carefully, and before anyone else could reach closer, I placed the second page behind the first one. Now only the top sheet remained visible. $2 million. The hall stayed silent. My father stepped forward. What else is there? His voice sounded calm, but there was pressure inside it now. I looked up. For a second, I almost answered. Instead, I held out only the first page. My father took it. My husband noticed immediately that one page was no longer aligned. He did not speak, but his eyes stayed on my hands. He had seen that movement too. My mother looked between us, confused. Why are you all quiet? No one answered. My sister finally spoke, but softly now. Maybe he should explain first. She did not look at my husband while saying it. She looked at me. That made me uneasy again. My husband frowned. Explain what? My father still stared at the transfer amount. His fingers tightened around the paper, and near the back of the hall, one guest quietly raised a phone higher to record.
Tonight.
My father noticed that first.
Certainly does.
His face hardened immediately.
Thank you
Everyone
both.
stepped back. Nobody moved fully. Some guests took one step, but no one left, because now the engagement had become something else entirely. I still held the hidden second page against my palm, the edge pressed against my fingers. My brother saw that too. His expression remained controlled, too controlled. Then he asked in a calm voice, "Is there another page?" I turned toward him. That question came too smoothly, as if he already knew the answer. My husband also looked at me now, and for the first time that night, he noticed something he had not seen before. I was hiding something from everyone, even him. That changed his face. Not anger, something quieter, something more dangerous. My mother stepped closer. What page? I opened my mouth. No sound came, because suddenly I was no longer certain who deserved truth first. My husband, who still had his signature on the paper, or the family, standing around me like strangers. Then my sister moved closer to my brother. Very small movement, but I saw it. They did not speak, yet something passed between them, an understanding. My heartbeat rose again, because now the room no longer felt divided. It felt arranged. My father looked back toward me. Show me all of it. This time his voice was harder. I slowly lowered my hand. The hidden page shifted slightly, just enough. The lower signature line became visible for half a second. My brother saw it. His eyes changed immediately, still calm, but colder now. I saw that too. He knew. And before I could pull the page back again, a loud crash came from the gift table near the stage. A glass vase shattered across the floor. Everyone turned, but this time I did not, because I had just realized something worse than the broken vase. My brother was no longer worried about being exposed. He was waiting to see what I would do next. The sound of shattered glass faded, but the tension did not. For 1 second, everyone looked toward the broken vase near the gift table. Only I did not, because my brother had already moved closer. Not enough for others to notice, but close enough that I could hear his breathing. His face remained calm, too calm. Then he spoke so quietly that no one else could hear. "You should be careful what you think you saw." The words were soft, but they hit harder than shouting. I kept my eyes forward. The hidden paper remained pressed inside my hand. I did not answer. Across from us, my husband noticed the distance between us had changed. His attention sharpened immediately. "What did you say?" My brother stepped back half an inch. Nothing. But my husband no longer looked convinced. My father suddenly interrupted. "Enough. This discussion ends here." His voice came too quickly, too forcefully. Again, it felt less like authority and more like fear. That made my mother stare at him. "No," she said quietly, surprising even herself. "Not anymore."
We need to talk.
The room changed again.
Not here.
Because this was the first time that night she had openly
Wait.
opposed him.
We need to talk
My
about
father
this
looked
now.
at her,
What is it?
then away.
This changes
That small
everything.
avoidance did not escape me either. My sister saw it too, and for the first time she looked uncertain whether the family could still stay controlled. I slowly unfolded the hidden page, just enough to look once more. My brother's signature remained there, clear, no mistake. But under it there was something I had missed before. A handwritten number, small, written near the lower corner, a locker code. My breathing changed. That tiny detail felt bigger than the signature itself. My brother noticed my eyes move downward. His calm expression broke for 1 second. Enough. Now I knew the code mattered. My husband saw that reaction too, and this time he moved directly toward me. What else is on that paper? Before I answered, my sister stepped forward sharply.
maybe we should ask why his signature is on the first page first. Again, suspicion shifted. Again, my husband became center.
What is it?
But this time, I did not look at him first. I looked at my brother. Because now I understood something dangerous. The money was only one part. Something else was still hidden. And whatever that locker code opened, someone in this room was more afraid of that than of $2 million.
My husband did not look at anyone else, only at me. His voice stayed low. "What number did you see?" For the first time that night, I did not hide the paper from him. I opened the lower fold slightly and showed him the handwritten code near the corner. He read it once, then again, slowly, as if checking whether he already knew it. Across from us, my brother immediately stepped forward. That means nothing. Too fast, too sharp. My husband lifted his eyes, then repeated the code aloud. The moment the number left his mouth, my father's face changed. Not much, but enough. My mother saw it instantly. I saw it too. And now the silence inside the hall became heavier than before. My husband turned fully toward my father. "What locker is this?" No answer came. My father's jaw tightened. My sister looked at my brother. For the first time, panic was no longer hidden. My brother tried again. "You are making this bigger than it is." But now even his voice had lost control. I unfolded the second page completely. This time I did not stop halfway. The full signature line became visible. My brother's name stood clear under the transfer authorization. A guest near the back lowered his phone in shock. No one whispered anymore. No one moved. My mother took one step closer and looked directly at my father. "What did you hide?" Still, he said nothing. Then I noticed something else. My father was not looking at my brother. He was looking at the floor, as if the answer had been waiting there long before tonight. My husband spoke again. "Open the locker." My father finally closed his eyes for 1 second, then said quietly, "It was supposed to stay buried." My mother's face changed. My sister looked ready to speak, but my brother stopped her with one glance. Too late. Because now everyone understood. This was older than tonight. My father finally admitted it. The locker existed, and it held more than money. It held earlier transfer records, older documents, years of hidden movement. My brother had not started this. He had continued it, and my father had known. I slowly turned toward my husband. For the first time all night, doubt left my face, because now the truth stood clear. The signature that had first made me suspect him had been placed there to protect someone else, not himself. My husband had never stolen anything. He had been placed in front of it, used. My mother looked at my father with disbelief. "You protected him?" My father answered without lifting his head. "I protected the wrong son." No one spoke after that, because now the engagement hall no longer felt like celebration. It felt like a family finally seeing itself clearly for the first time. And I understood one final thing. The $2 million were never the deepest betrayal. It was how many years the lie had survived before tonight.